Okay, let me ask you something. Ever walk into a room and, just know something about someone instantly before they even open their mouth?
Oh, absolutely. It almost uncanny, isn't it? That super fast download of information.
Right, it happens so fast. And that's exactly what we're digging into today. This powerful idea that, well, your body is basically your first business card.
Mm.
We're looking at this really interesting article arguing that our physical presence, it's not just looks, it's like a silent resume, tells a story about our character.
Yeah, and it influences everything, doesn't it? First impressions, opportunities, the whole deal.
Totally. So that's our mission for this deep dive,
Yeah.
unpack that idea.
And it clicks because, well, we all do it, right? We make those snap judgments. We size people up.
And we're on the receiving end too, definitely.
Exactly. And this article, it really puts a spotlight on how universal that is, how automatic, like our bodies are just constantly broadcasting signals.
Signals about what, though, according to the article?
Well, about things like our intention, our discipline, maybe even how reliable we seem, all nonverbal.
Without saying a single word. That's wild.
It is. And we're going to explore just how deep those perceptions run, some of the maybe surprising aha moments in the article, and what it all means.
Okay, let's jump right in.
Yeah.
The article doesn't pull any punches. It hits you with this thing called the 3-second rule.
Ah, yes, the 3-second rule. Very punchy.
It really is. It says, and I'm quoting here, when you walk into a room, in less than 3 seconds, they've already decided if you're someone to respect or someone to overlook.
Wow. 3 seconds. That's incredibly fast.
I know. And think about that. What are they basing that decision on? The article is specific.
What does it say?
It says it's your shoulders, your posture, your energy, not your LinkedIn profile, not your degree.
Right. None of the stuff you've carefully curated.
Exactly. Just
Correct.
how you show up physically in that instant. And I got to ask you, listening, be honest. How often have you done that? Made that snap judgment?
Oh, constantly. And that 3-second thing, it's not just, a random number. There's psychology behind it.
Really? Like what?
Well, it often ties into something called thin slicing, our brain's ability to make super quick judgments from minimal information, a thin slice of behavior or appearance.
Thin slicing. Okay.
Yeah, it's like our brains are hardwired to quickly sort people out. Friend, foe, relevant, irrelevant, and those visual cues, posture, energy, they're prime data points.
So there's like a mental shortcut.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And it can also link to the halo effect. You see one positive thing, like confident posture, and you subconsciously assume other positive traits, like competence.
Huh. Even if it's not necessarily fair or accurate.
Exactly. So the article's point is that these first signals, they might seem superficial, but they tap into some really deep-seated ways we process information about each other, for better or worse.
Okay, that makes sense. And it leads to this other really interesting point the article makes about this business card. It calls it an unfalsifiable resume.
Unfalsifiable. I like that term. What do they mean by that exactly?
Well, the idea is you can't just, fake it for an interview. You can't quickly polish it up.
Right.
The article says, pretty bluntly, you can't Photoshop discipline. You can't filter hard work.
That really lands, doesn't it? Because it
Yeah.
speaks to consistency.
Yeah, it makes you think about the permanence of it. What does that actually signal?
Well, exactly. The unfalsifiable part comes from the fact that it's a reflection of consistent effort, or lack thereof, I suppose.
Right. It's not a one-off thing.
No, it's the sum total of countless daily choices, isn't it? What you eat, how you move, rest, stress management.
Yeah.
It all kind of adds up and becomes visible over time.
So your body becomes like a living record.
In a way, yeah. A living record of those choices. And that consistency, that's what people subconsciously pick up on. We look for signs of reliability, of commitment.
And the body provides those signs.
It can, yeah.
Okay.
It's a continuous signal. So the article's argument is that it shows whether you carry it with you or you don't. It's about sustained action, which implies other things.
Okay, so to really make this concrete, the article uses a couple of really vivid examples. It contrasts two types of people.
Okay, let's hear them.
First, there's the man who looks strong, healthy, sharp. Picture that. What's the immediate message?
You're thinking discipline, energy, maybe focus.
Exactly. The article spells it out. I respect myself enough to take care of myself. I show up. I push through pain. I finish what I start. That's powerful stuff.
It really is. It's not just about looking fit. It's projecting this whole narrative of self-mastery.
Yeah, like a silent broadcast of competence and resilience. Imagine meeting that person.
You immediately have a certain level of expectation, probably a positive one.
Right, and that leads directly to the consequences, the outcomes.
Which are?
The article claims people trust him with more responsibility. They believe his words before he even proves them.
That's a big claim. Believing his words before proof.
It is. But connecting it to the bigger picture, it suggests these perceived traits, the discipline, the self-respect, they directly influence how people interact with you, professionally, personally.
So it's not just about fitness for fitness's sake, it's about fitness as a proxy for inner qualities.
That seems to be the core idea.
Yeah, that visible self-mastery over the physical signals a potential for mastery elsewhere. It builds subconscious trust. People might think, okay, this person follows through, they have control.
Which could open doors. More trust, more opportunities.
Plausibly, yeah. Just by projecting that image of reliability, someone who, keeps promises, even the ones they make to themselves.
Okay, but then there's the flip side. The article doesn't shy away from it.
The counterexample.
Exactly. It describes the man who shows up sloppy, overweight, shoulders slouched.
Okay, a less positive image.
Definitely. And again, think about that potential instant judgment. What message does that body send, according to the article?
Let me guess. Something about lack of discipline. Cutting corners.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
It says his body communicates. I cut corners. I avoid struggle. I let comfort control me. It's presented as an active, negative signal.
Oof. That's quite harsh. A perceived lack of self-command.
It is harsh. And this is where the article makes, I think, its most provocative leap.
Okay, what's the leap?
It basically asks, and if you can't control what goes in your mouth, why should anyone believe you can control money, business, or leadership?
Oh, wow. Okay, that is a leap. And definitely confrontational.
Right. It's a point that really makes you stop and think. Is that fair? Is it true?
Well, it's definitely a challenge. I mean, you could argue managing your diet versus managing a complex business require totally different skill sets, and that's true.
Of course.
But I think what the article is really highlighting is the power of perception. It's not necessarily saying there's a direct causal link, like good diet equals good CEO.
So what is it saying?
It's saying that a visible, consistent lack of self-control in one very personal area, like health or physique, can subconsciously erode trust in your ability to manage other complex things.
Ah, okay. It's about how people extrapolate.
Exactly. People look for patterns, and if the pattern they see is one of perceived indiscipline, fairly or unfairly, they might generalize that. It challenges us to think about how much weight those visual cues carry.
Even if we consciously disagree with the logic, the subconscious judgment might still happen.
Precisely. It forces us to confront how readily we link visible self-care, or the lack of it, to broader competence.
Which brings us back to the article's main thesis, its core argument.
Which is?
Here's the truth. Your physique is a walking resume of your character. It frames it not as destiny, but as a result of choices.
Daily choices.
Yeah. Every workout, every meal choice, every run you didn't skip, the article calls them investments.
Investments. I like that framing. Because investments imply a return.
Exactly. What are the returns, the dividends, according to the piece?
Well, it talks about confidence, respect, and opportunities you'll never get by being average.
Confidence, respect, opportunities. Those are pretty significant dividends.
They are. And think about confidence. It's not just feeling good. It often comes from seeing yourself do the hard things, keeping those commitments to yourself. That builds real self-respect.
And that self-respect projects outward.
That's the idea. It changes how you carry yourself, how you interact, and others pick up on that. It's not just looking good. It's about an internal state manifesting externally.
So these investments compound then?
Right. Think professionally. Someone who consistently looks energetic, put together, maybe they're subconsciously seen as more reliable, better under pressure.
Which could lead to better assignments, promotions?
Plausibly, yes. Or personally, maybe it fosters more trust in relationships. The article suggests this embodied discipline is foundational, influencing a whole spectrum of outcomes.
More presence in a room, more trust with big projects. It all connects back.
That's the argument. A tangible link between the discipline your body reflects and the doors that might open or close for you.
So wrapping this up, the article leaves us with a pretty strong final thought, a call to action almost.
What's the takeaway?
It says, so the next time you think about skipping the gym, remember this. Your body is introducing you to the world before you even speak. Make sure it's saying the right story.
It's a potent reminder, isn't it, that our physical presence is always communicating something. whether we intend it to or not.
Inescapable, really.
Yeah. Because look, the world might skim your actual resume or maybe never even see it,
True.
but it will read your body every single day, consciously or unconsciously.
So the final thought for you, listening, is maybe this.
Given everything we've talked about, this perspective from the article, what story do you want your body to tell about who you are, about what you stand for?
That's something to definitely think about.